हरिः ओम् अष्टाध्यायी प्रवेशः पार्ट 2 Essential Basics Before Embarking on Studying Ashtadhyayi. Notes by Ashtadhyayi student S.L. Abhyankar. We studied primarily Pratyaharaha derived from Shiva Sutrani in part 1. There was mention of Pratyaharaha al, which connotes the set of all Varnaha of the complete Varnamala. Comes to mind that Pratyaharaha appeal to be not just a technique of coining Pratyahara Samjnaha, but a technique of data crunching. Looking at Pratyahara Samjnaha as a technique of data crunching, Shiva Sutrani and the Pratyaharaha al therein is the database. From the perspective of set theory, every Pratyaharaha is a set, the largest set being al. Every Shiva Sutram is a subset thereof. So, 14 such subsets. But there can be 303 Pratyahara. So, as many otherwise subsets also. Meaning, there can be additions, subtractions, intersections of the subsets. All in all, making a very complex Venn diagram. Those who declare that set theory was invented by the German mathematician George Cantor during 1874 to 1897, see the given reference of www.britannica.com, only goes to show that it was the reinvention of the theory already inherent in Shiva Sutrani and Pratyahara, which are the basis of Ashtadhyayi. Note, Ashtadhyayi of Panini is said to belong to 5th or 6th century BC. So Shiva Sutrani and Pratyahara, having set theory inherent, are also grand specimen of not only data crunching but 303 options of selective data usage. I also appreciate how the radio signals are filtered so that selective data reaches my mobile phones, even to my WhatsApp groups, also to my email IDs. Aren't there seeds of all this in Ashtadhyayi? Every Pratyahara has an Adivarna and an Anubandha. Note, when counting Varnaha in a Pratyahara, the Anubandha are not to be counted. They are not to be looked at. This is beautifully stated in a Sutram 1160, Adarshanam Lopaha. This is a beautiful definition of Lopaha, that Lopaha is what has to become Adarshanam, has to go out of sight. Not that it is lost forever, it has gone out of sight. Rather, Adarshanam means na darshanam yasya tat naibahuri, that which is not to be looked at, na darshanam. Actually, composing a two-letter grammatical term comprising of an Adivarnaha and Anubandha conforms to sort of a formula specified in Sutram 1171, Adirantena Saheta, Adihi Antena Saha Ita, Antena Ita Saha Adi. So some Adihi suffixed by an it. Now, what is that it? Which is suffixed to an Adi. It is not one it. There are many itaha. Note, I am using itaha as plural, bahuvachanam of it. I am not wrong, because in the above Sutram 1171, Adirantena Saheta, there is ita, which is Tritiya Ekvachanam of it. So studying the Ashtadhyayi presupposes as much knowledge of Sanskrit that if ita is Tritiya Ekvachanam of it, its Prathama Bahuvachanam would be itaha. Anyway, what are itaha? They are detailed in 8 Sutrani, also called as It Sutrani. Sutram 132, Upadeshe Janunasika It. 133, Halantyam. 134, Na Vibhaktau tu Smaha. 135, Adirnitudavaha. 136, Shah Pratyayasya. 137, Chutu. 138, Lashakvatadhite. 139, Tasya Lopaha. Let us study these one by one. I know they are out of turn, because we started with Sutram 111, Pruthviradaj, of which also there was some study, maybe not a complete study, at least not a systematic complete study. Even though these 8 sutrani are out of turn, my basic idea is to appraise the essential basics. Since, to my mind, the essential basics are strewn here and there will be study of sutrani out of turn. A point of solace is that at least these 8 sutrani are in a sequence. There is an unwritten methodology for study of sutrani in Ashtadhyaya. When studying these sutrani, we shall understand that methodology also. That also is a basic essential. Well, the last sutram 139, Tasya Lopaha, is actually simple. Lopaha means deleting. Deleting or putting out of sight. Deleting what? Delete whatever is identified as it, as per Sutrani 132 to 138. Sutram 132, Upadeshe Janunasika it. This is Samhita of the Sutram. Note, Samhita means the text as originally composed. By the way, 132 is Sutra Kramanka, which has 3 components, all numbers. Ashtadhyayi has Ashtadhyaya. The first number 1 stands for Adhyaya Kramanka, Prathamaha Adhyaya. There are 4 padaha in each Adhyaya. The second number 3 stands for Pada Kramanka, Tritiyaha Pada. The last number 2 stands for Sutra Kramanka. So 132 means Prathamadhyayasya Tritiye Pade Dvitiyam Sutram. Padapathaha Upadeshe Saptami Ekvachanam Ach Prathama Ekvachanam Anunasikaha Prathama Ekvachanam It Prathama Ekvachanam. Note, Padapathaha means breaking the sandhayaha and showing the padani. Note, the numbers after every padam detail its vibhakti and vachanam. Anvayartha Upadeshe. In an Upadeshaha, Anunasikaha, nasal, ach, vowel, is it. The most popular meaning of the word Upadeshaha is advice. Here, the word Upadeshaha is a grammatical term, Vyakaraniya Samjna. In Sanskrit grammar, Upadeshaha means every such grammatical element which has been spoken about by renowned grammarians Vyakaranaha of yore. The Upadeshaha are sort of enumerated in a shlokaha. Dhatu sutra ganonadi nama linganuशासनम agama pratyaya desha upadesha prakirtita. Note, in the first line are summarized the important treatises. Dhatu pathaha, sutra pathaha, gana pathaha, unadi pathaha, namalinganuशासनम. Accordingly, Upadeshaha are the grammatical elements. Dhatuhu, Sutram, Agamaha, Adeshaha, Pratyayaha mentioned in the said treatises. Sutram 132 Upadeshe Janunasika it defines that whichever an Anunasika ach, that is Anunasika swaraha, nasal vowel, is a component in words of types Dhatu, Agamaha, Adeshaha, Pratyayaha. In these treatises, that Anunasika swaraha is to be understood to be it. The meaning of a sutram is better understood by examples. No, gam, to go, is a commonly known dhatu. But it is not commonly known that its Vyakaraniya Samjna grammatical name is gamrung. Being the grammatical name of a dhatu, it is an upadesha. Note, gamrung is gam plus lrung. Here, lrung is a vowel to be pronounced nasal. It is anunasikaha ach. It is it. So, as per Sutram 139, tasya lopaha, lrung, which is it, is to be deleted. So, dhatu to be processed further is gam only. Note, though the word upadeshe means in an upadesha word, The Upadesha word may itself not have Anunasikaha ach. Dhatu gam does not have Anunasikaha ich. Its Vyakaraniya Samjna gam run that has. So Upadesha means in Vyakaraniya Samjna of an Upadesha word, not in the Upadesha word itself. So let us go to the next sutram 133 halantyam. Padapatha hal prathama ekvachanam antyam prathama ekvachanam. Anuvritti Upadeshe 132 it 132. You may wonder what this anuvritti is. Anuvritti is repetition. It is repetition of those words which have to be brought forward from one or more previous sutrani. You must notice that in the previous sutram, the two words Upadeshe and it have brown highlighting. That brown highlighting is to indicate that they are to be repeated. Actually, in a book with me, the printing is somewhat like Sutram 132 Upadeshe Janunasika it 139. When printed as above, the number 139 is also highlighted brown. This means that the words Upadeshe and it are to have Anuvrittihi in all Sutrani up to 139. Of course, every other book of Ashtadhyayi may not have such clear indication of which words are to have Anuvrittihi and up to which sutra. From this, one should note another basic essential, that one should have only such book for a good study of Ashtadhyayi. Now for this sutram 133 halantyam, I have noted Anuvrittihi Upadeshe 132 it 132. Of course, both the words Upadeshe and it are brought forward from Sutram 132. Now we proceed to Anvayartha. Upadeshe, in Vyakaraniya Samjna of an Upadesha word, Antyam hal, end consonant, Antyam, end, hal consonant, is it. For example, Shiva Sutrani are Upadesha words. In all Shiva Sutrani, there are Anubandha. Every Anubandha is Antyam hal. It is it. Note, Dhatuhu gam has ma, which looks Antyam hal. But ma in gam is not to be considered Antyam hal, hence not it. This is because the word Upadeshe refers to Vyakaraniya Samjna of an Upadesha word. Let us proceed to Sutram 134. Na vibhaktau tu smaha. Padapatha na 00. Vibhaktau saptami ekvachanam. Tu smaha prathama ekvachanam. Note, vibhakti vachana detail of na is 00. It is avyayam and indeclinable, has no vibhakti, no vachanam, 00. Tusmaha is a compound word having components tu, sa, ma. Vibhakti vachan detail of Tusmaha is prathama bahuvachanam because there are three components. Anuvritti, Upadeshe 132, it 132. Also halantyam, rather antyam hal 133. Note, the complete sutram 133 halantyam is being adopted as Anuvritti. In the book, it should have been printed Sutram 133 halantyam 134. Yes, the Anuvritti is only into this next Sutram 134. Anvayartha. Vibhaktau Upadeshe, in an Upadesha which is a Vibhakti, Antyahalaha, whatever end consonants are, if they are Tusmaha, then Itaha no, they are not Itaha. When writing down the phraseology for Anvayartha, I thought it good to modify a lot. Antyahalaha Tusmaha Itaha. No, Tusmaha has Bahuvachanam. Antyam hal is adjective of Tusmaha. So I made a compound word Antyam, Antyahal, and by Bahuvachanam Antyahalaha. Same logic applies in adopting Itaha by Bahuvachanam of it. Another unwritten but presupposed basic essential of the methodology of studying a sutram is that words to be included in anuvritti have to be suitably modified for proper anvayartha. Even though there is anvayartha, the word tusmaha needs more explanation. It is mentioned above that tusmaha is a compound word having components tu, sa, ma. But we need to understand the phrase antyahalaha tusmaha. That too in the context of vibhakta upadesha. Actually, vibhakta upadeshe refers to vibhakti pratyayaha. Being pratyayaha, they are upadeshaha. Every vibhakti pratyaya has a vyakaraniya samjna of its own. Vyakaraniya samjnaah of vibhakti pratyaya are enumerated dvayoho sutrayoho in two sutras. Sutram 3478. Tiptasdhi sipthastha mipvasmas tatandha thasathan dhva midvahi mahing. And then Sutram 412, Svaujasamauchashtabhyambhis ngebhyambhyas ngasimbyambhyas ngaso sam nyo sup. Let us study them one by one. Are we jumping to Sutram 3478 and to Sutram 412? Not really. We are studying these just to understand Sutram 134, na vibhaktau tusmaha. Because all across Ashtadhyayi, all vibhaktayaha and any tusmaha of those vibhakti pratyaya are in these dvayoho sutrayoho only. We shall also get some examples of the two previous sutre, 132 Upadeshe Janunasika It and 133 Halantyam, along with the application of Sutram 139 Tasya Lopa. So, Sutram 3478. Tiptasdhi sipthastha mipvasmas tatanza thasathandva midvahi mahing. Padapatha. Tiptasdhi sipthastha mipvasmas ta atam dha thas atham dhvam it vahi mahing. Note, all have prathama ekvachanam. Identified in the Patapatha are 18 pratyayaha, two sets of 9 pratyayaha each. First set, tiptasdhi sipthastha mipvasmas, is of parasmaipadinaha pratyayaha, and the second set, ta atam dha thas atham dhvam idvahi mahing, is of atmanepadinaha pratyayaha. It would be good to have a tabular look. Parasmaipadinaha pratyayaha. I have the columns here for Anukramankaha, Purushaha, Vachanam, Pratyaya Samudnya, Antyahal, It, Lopaha or not. So question mark. And Katham Yujyate, how it is applied. Prathamaha Purushaha, Ekvachanam, Pratyaya Samudnya, Tip, Antyahal, Pa, It, Pa. Lopaha, yes. Katham yujyate? After dropping pa, ti. Prathama purushaha, dvivachanam. Pratyaya samjna, tas. Antyahal, sa. It, no. Lopaha, no. Katham yujyate? Tas. Prathama purushaha bahuvachanam. Pratyaya samjna, dhi. Antyahal, no. It, zha. Lopaha, yes. Katham yujyate? I. Out of zhi, when zo goes away, what is applied is I. Madhyama purushaha ekvachanam. Pratyaya samjna sip. Antyahal pa. It pa. Lopaha, yes. So katham yujyate? Si. Madhyama purushaha dvivachanam. Pratyaya samjna thas. Antyahal sa. It, no. Lopaha, no. Katham yujyate? Thas. Madhyama purushaha bahuvachanam. Tha. Antyahal, no. It, नो, लोपः नो, कथं युज्यते थ. उत्तमपुरुषः एकवचनं मिप्, अन्त्यहल् प, इत् प, लोपः यस्, कथं युज्यते मि. उत्तमपुरुषः द्विवचनं प्रत्ययसंज्ञा वस्, अन्त्यहल् स, इत् नो, लोपः नो, कथं युज्यते मस्. नोट, प्रत्यय संज्ञा 147 have ending p, tip, sip, mip, which is antyahal, hence is it as per sutram 133 halantyam. Since it is it is to be deleted as per sutram 139 tasya lopah. प्रत्यय संज्ञाः 2, 5, 8 and 9 have ending s, which is antyahal, but it is not it as per the present sutram 134 na vibhaktau tu smaha. Hence it is not to suffer lopaha. Pratyaya samnya 3 is z, which is z plus e, has z as it as per sutram 137 to 2, which we will study in due course. Since it is it is to be deleted as per sutram 139 tasya lopaha. So the pratyaya samnya z, what actually attaches is only e. After lopaha or no lopaha, how the pratyaya is affixed is shown in the column katham yujyate. So on to atmanepadinaha pratyaya. प्रथम पुरुषः एकवचनं प्रत्यय संज्ञा त, अन्त्यहल नो, इत् नो, लोपः नो, कथम युज्यते त. प्रथम पुरुषः द्विवचनं आताम, अन्त्यहल म, इत् नो, लोपः नो, कथम युज्यते आताम. प्रथम पुरुषः बहुवचनं प्रत्यय संज्ञा झ, अन्त्यहल नो, इत् झ, लोपः यस्, कथम युज्यते अ. प्रथम पुरुषः मध्यम पुरुषः एकवचनं प्रत्यय संज्ञा थास, अन्त्यहल स, इत् नो, लोपः नो, कथम युज्यते थास. मध्यम पुरुषः द्विवचनं आथाम, अन्त्यहल म, इत् नो, लोपः नो, कथम युज्यते आथाम. मध्यम पुरुषः बहुवचनं ध्वम, अन्त्यहल म, इत् नो, लोपः नो, कथम युज्यते ध्वम. उत्तम पुरुषः प्रथम उत्तम पुरुषः एकवचनं इड, अन्त्यहल ड, इत् ड, लोपः यस्, कथम युज्यते इ. उत्तम पुरुषः द्विवचनं प्रत्यय संज्ञा वही, अन्त्यहल नो, इत् नो, लोपः नो, कथम युज्यते वही. उत्तम पुरुषः बहुवचनं महिं, अन्त्यहल ङ, इत् ङ, लोपः यस्, कथम युज्यते महि. नोट, प्रत्यय संज्ञाः 2, 5 and 6 have ending m, which is antyahal, but it is not it as per the present sutram 134 na vibhaktau tu smaha. Hence it is not to suffer lopaha by sutram 139. प्रत्यय संज्ञा 3 is z, z plus a, has z as it as per sutram 132, 137 to 2, which we shall study in due course. Since it is it is to be deleted as per sutram 139 tasya lopaha. Pratyaya संज्ञा 4 has ending s, which is antyahal, but it is not it As per the present Sutram 134, na vibhaktau tu smaha. Hence, it is not to suffer lopaha. Pratyaya Saujñe 7 and 9 have ending d and ng, which are antya halau. Hence are itau, as per Sutram 133 halantyam. Since they are itau, they have to suffer lopaha, as per Sutram 139 tasya lopaha. After lopaha or no lopaha, how the pratyaha is affixed is shown in the column Katham Yujyate. By the way, it may be noted that a Saujña ting is obtained from this Sutram 3478. Tiptasi sipthastha mipvasmas tatanzha thasathandhva midvahimahin, with ti as the adihi and ng as antyahal. This is it as per Sutram 133 halantyam. So in Saujña ting, there is antyena itasaha adihi, perfectly conforming to Sutram 1171, adirantena saheta. So ting is a valid Vyakaraniya Saujña with crunching of as many as 18 pratyaya Saujñaha. The 18 pratyayaha connoted by the 18 pratyaya Saujñaha are hence called as ting pratyayaha, which affix to dhatavaha to get different kriyapadani, verb forms in different tenses and moods for different persons and numbers. Because kriyapadani are obtained by affixing ting pratyayaha, grammatical terminology for kriyapadani is tingantaha. Tingantaha. To understand Sutram 134, na vibhaktau tu smaha, the other Sutram to be studied is Sutram 412, Saujasamaut Chashtabhyambhis Nyebhyambhyas Nyasingbhyambhyas Nyasosam Nyosup. Let us take a break before proceeding to study this Sutram. Shubhamastu.